Previously on Tales from the Humpback Sky.
Huge slabs of rock, glass, and continental debris float and clash. I am Yidril Voss, captain of the Widow's Invoice, and I have been granted salvage rights. What are you doing here?
Our captain, our friend Thalorg here, is a giant of Arda, and he's looking for his home.
You are floating in the remnants of Argentia.
We don't want to salvage anything, but we've come all this way, and Thalorg's been searching for his home his whole life, and now we're here. Would you like some help, us to accompany you as you board that ship?
And we'll make you subcontractors. Welcome to the crew of the Widow's Invoice. You find yourselves in a hexagonal chamber within the Widow's Invoice. The walls are softly curved and quilted with old padded paneling. Seats streaked with decades of grime and oil surround a broad round table, its surface pale and mottled like old bone. Spread across it are half-finished schematics and maintenance diagrams printed onto translucent sheets of green laminex that glimmer faintly under the glaring fluorescence overhead. The room smells of stale caffeine and engine coolant, and a variety of bodily odors. Captain Yidril Voss sits in a well-worn swivel chair, and with an air of confidence gestures broadly to the various anthropoids within the room. You are introduced to her crew. To your right is Jack's Backtrack, barge technician, a jaundiced, slender individual wrapped within an oversized neo-leather jacket covered in various patches, each stitched with various phrases from "what time is it" to "we're fucked." Jukebone Drung, security and threat assessment, a tall and heavy-set individual with green limbs gumming a damp cigar. Most of their scaled form is covered in a reinforced leather armor, a draconian skull painted crudely on their back. Then there's Alistair, thinking engine, logistics and navigation. Its body is comprised of a porcelain-like material with faint carved filigree. Their face, though it carries no expression, is not unkind, and small red lenses embedded where the eyes should be click and buzz as they focus. And finally, Grisvik Susk, squid-toyed space wizard.
Not another squid.
The reason you are here, says Yidril as she looks upon you, is we are here to salvage any valuable tech, data, or rare biological specimens or artifacts. Now, I have picked up a rather fractured distress signal, lost within the correlations of the humpback sky. Now, this took several highly skilled signal witches to reconfigure the message at great cost, but it gives us an idea of the last transmission this ship made. She brings out a large black box. There are several switches and toggles and multiple blinking lights and two large, slowly rotating wheels with some kind of filament attached within them. It plays, and there is a distortion that sounds crackling and fuzzy. Stalker designation Brinseer. Distress protocol initiated. Liminal shields fractured. Projectors compromised. Excommunication event initiated. World designation Argentia. Navigation lattice torn. Corrugation engines offline. Vital signs inconsistent. Auto sanctifiers failing. Integrity maintained where possible. Primary vaults intact. Reliquary intact. Breach probability exceeds allowed edicts. Demonic presence. Yidril looks at you. That is the last transmission of the Void Lexicon, the ship over yonder.
Oh, okay.
Any chance I know who Stalker Brinseer is?
I would ask for you to make a roll. This will be a history roll, and you can roll it with advantage.
Okay. Get the dice out. Get
It was
the
a very
dice out.
pleasing dice out of a jar sound you made just then.
Oh. Okay, so I don't have history. Or do I have history? I do. That's a massive fail. And that's a massive fail. Just total, absolute fail. 10, then 11.
Okay. You don't recognize the individual who is speaking. But then again, I don't believe you ever really worked with other stalkers. You were a lone operative.
Right. Apart from the occasional bumping into someone in the safe house in Troika, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's
Okay.
very rare that you encountered anyone else of your kind, unless it was either Solvadus
Okay.
or someone within the safe house.
I would say that on the Void lexicon, there are at least some demon stalkers who survived, and they will be extremely dangerous. We're going to need to be very careful as we go through the ship. I'd say we're in great danger if we are not very careful and stick together.
Yudril nods, and she says, "From what I understand from the contract that I have obtained, the Conclave has not registered this particular vessel as missing or destroyed."
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
The thing is about this message, actually, Alistair, if you could explain. You see as the thinking engine turns towards you both and just says, "Yes, I can explain it. The message did not come through an official channel of the ship, the way that it is coded. I could get into the logistics for you, but as he looks at Yudril and she's shaking her head, I don't think we have time for that. What I do know after studying the transmission is that this came from some kind of personal device."
Interesting.
Oh,
I don't quite know how to make sense of that.
that wouldn't be normal protocol, would it, Ridge? They wouldn't normally do that.
No, the Conclave are very hierarchical, and they would always seek to follow the rules wherever possible. Not that I've met many other demon stalkers, or
That's definitely what you're like, though, isn't it?
it was how I used to be before I met you, Owen, and everything changed.
Yeah, I've got that effect on people. All right, we're not going to learn anything else sitting here, are we? I say we just gear up and get going.
As you say this, you see the large, green-lipped, scaled individual, Duke Bone Drung, just stand up and goes, "I like the cut of your jib. We've sat in our asses long enough. We're going to get in. We're going to get out.
Yeah.
We're going to get fucking rich."
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But also, we're going to find out what happened to Thalorg's homeworld, and we're going to work out where to go from there. That's
You
how
draw-
you guys get rich. That's fine.
Yudril nods and says, "There will be many valuable things on that vessel, and any information about the planet will certainly prove useful to you, I'm sure. This is why we are in partnership." All right. We have about 15 minutes. Then we're going to prepare to dock. Now, you are welcome to do so on your own vessel, but our vessel has a functionality that makes it a little easier to breach certain vessels, if that makes it the choice easier for you.
Yeah, I reckon.
We were just going to put Owen in the torpedo tube and fire him off, and I was going to hold on with the rope and just get carried along.
I was so ready.
As Duke Boak Drung just laughs at that, and one big fist goes down the table and just says, "I like it. I like it. You know what? I got a good feeling about both of you. All right? We're going to come out of this clean. This is going to be the easiest job we've ever done. I promise you that. All right, 15 minutes, scum. Let's go. Let's roll it out."
Scum.
I think he means it in a endearing way.
Yeah, okay. Shall we go yet? Who's here? Thalorg? Kennick?
Yeah, Kennick shouldn't come.
No. Kennick, you stay back. Is Kennick with us now? Kennick? Is the spirit of Kennick with us?
Kennick has stayed on the ship. Thalorg is with you, but Kennick has stayed on the Star Razor.
Yeah, good. I sent him a telepathic message. You just stay there, Kennick. You stay there and keep working on your more fighting skills. They're diabolically bad right now. But when you get back from this mission, I want to see some remarkable improvement.
We switch to Kennick, who's in the lavatory brushing his teeth, and as he does so, he looks at the mirror and then he just like grimaces as if some like slight headache has passed over his mind, and then he continues brushing his teeth.
Fitting he was looking in the mirror.
I was going to say, that's very on brand.
All right. So, staying aboard the Widow's Invoice, it begins to make its way towards the Void Lexicon. You can see there are large pieces of shattered world still slowly moving around this massive cathedral-like ship. Slowly, Yidril Voss at the helm begins to maneuver the ship into place. It is slow, it is arduous, but there is a definitive skill that she employs in her craft. And slowly, it makes its way up, over, and then underneath the ship itself. The Widow's Invoice turns itself, and these large crustacean-like hydraulic-powered legs move up and cling to the underside of the ship. She presses several buttons, knobs and levers, and a large soaring sound can be heard. For a moment, the entire ship is bathed in a red light, and all is still underneath that sharp, persistent sound. There's a clunk and a shift in the weight of the ship that you can feel. Yidril Voss lets out a sigh and says, "All right, we've breached. We've made our way into the harborage, the main docking. We're going to open up a wide enough breach for our landing crew to make their way in." As we pan out, we can see the ship itself, this tiny little crustacean attached to the bottom of this vast ship. These large pincer-like claws begin to move up to where this rupture in the hull has been created. The claws go on either side and soon slowly begin to peel back the sheets of metal with a harsh, grating sound. Once the opening is sufficient, Yidril Voss pulls a great lever, anchoring permanently the ship to the Void Lexicon. She turns to the rest of you. All right, I will leave the docking procedures to Jax here. Jax stands up and he begins to point to multiple patches on his jacket. He doesn't speak a word. Each patch, strangely, has the exact procedures that you need to follow. As he points to each one, he looks at you, he gives you a thumbs up as if you have been listening. He waits for a thumbs up in reply, and then he continues to the next patch. How thoroughly do you think you listen or read the patches on?
Not at all. I just do. Owen just thumbs up every time he does a thumbs up.
Okay, great.
Honestly, I think Ridge is the same. Not because I think she normally would, but she's very distracted thinking about this whole Conclave, Demon Stalker situation, pondering what it all means and what she might encounter.
Okay. Once that's done, Alistair makes his way towards you and he says, "It is possible that there is very little breathable atmosphere within the ship, especially now that we have ruptured it. Can you hold your breath for a significant period of time, or can you survive in void?"
I don't know. I've only ever traveled interdimensionally before. I've never actually been to space. I can hold my breath for, 10 minutes. That seems like a long time.
I can't breathe, and I need to breathe air pretty consistently. So do you have any suits or breathing devices which may assist me?
As you say this, Duke Bone laughs and he says, "You're not going to need any suits. We got methods for you." And he bangs on a panel. It opens up, and inside, in these glass tubes, are these little creatures. They are green skinned. They have pointed noses, tiny little black eyes, razor sharp teeth, pointed ears. They're completely naked, covered in like a pimply-like skin. They are absolutely recognizable as goblins. In their tubes, they're just like boom, 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 banging on the tubes, just going, fucking let me out. You fucking let me out. Let us out. There's about 8 of them.
I don't like them.
Dukebone moves to one of the cylinders and he detaches what looks to be a small brass disc. He then goes over to Grisvit Susk, the space wizard, who then begins to incant, and this strange, aquatic, watery sound emanates from the writhing tentacles beneath their hood. The disc begins to glow with this green light, matching now a similar light that is glowing within the goblin's confinement. Jukebone hands this to you, Owen, and he says, "Put it on the back of your neck. Slap it on there hard. Nice and hard."
The disc or the goblin?
The disc.
All right.
You slap it on, you feel a slight pinprick of pain, but it passes. And then for a second, you feel yourself trapped inside this tiny little space. You feel rage like you've never felt before, and then it passes.
Oh, I don't like being a goblin. I don't like it.
All right. So long as those goblins survive and can breathe air, you can breathe air.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Am I supposed to put a disc on as well? Does this work for me too, or is it just
He looks at you, goes, "Yeah, of course. Hold on." And the same technique is applied. The disc is given to you. You're able to slap it on the back of your neck. You feel that same pain, that same rage surges through you and then passes.
You feel it. You feel it, Ridge. Did you feel that goblin rage? Oh, they don't like being in them tubes. Who could blame them? Let's kill them when we get back.
Yeah, I don't know what they would serve, what purpose that would serve, but sure. And she
To free them.
Oh, what does it feel like? Painful?
Slapping on the back, it's a pin. It feels like getting a pinprick in the back of your neck. And then you feel this sense of claustrophobic rage that passes through you. But it's like a couple of seconds and it's gone.
Would we still be able to use these devices if the goblins were, say, in a larger cell or a larger cage? Or do they need to be inside the small jars?
Jukebone looks at you quizzically and he goes, "What do you care?"
Not a lot. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem entirely humane to have goblins in such a small jar.
Ain't human, got gobos.
Racist.
I mean, yeah. Look, Owen and I have met a lot of different species and creatures of all kinds, and we've learned to be a little bit careful about how you treat those you don't necessarily understand.
Have we learned anything? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, actually, all we learned is that if something is weird and strange, they're probably in a death cult, and it's probably worth to killing.
Yeah.
So actually, fuck the goblins. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Jukebone just looks at you, goes, "I knew you were pulling my leg. I knew it was a joke." Man, you had me worried for a minute. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Some kind of gobbo lover. Some kind of weird, freaky, kinky goblin lover. I don't know. But hey, usually to each their own. But not with a goblin.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or the goblin.
Anyway, yeah, make sure you keep that on your neck and you'll be able to breathe fine as long as the goblins don't die.
Rightio. Okay. We're ready to go then, are we?
Ready to go. This is pretty standard procedure. Although, I'll be honest with you, this is the first ship of this kind we've ever encountered. We used to a few bugs here and there, you know how it is, but never had none of these Covenant demon stalker types. So you showing up, as he looks at you, Ridge, it's pretty serendipitous.
I just when you said this would be easy money, I couldn't help but think that's the kind of thing you say before things go very bad.
I say it for every single mission we've ever done, and every single mission up until this point has gone perfectly well.
You've never had, no one's ever been killed or lost?
Okay, well, I guess our definitions of perfectly well are a little different, but I mean, most of the time, I've survived.
That's good enough for me. Right, let's get on that ship and make the magic happen.
We are
All right.
spacemen.
Okay. Thalorg is also accompanying you.
He can breathe in space, I'm pretty sure, can't he?
He does not need a disc. He can indeed breathe in the void of space.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He does take you aside and says to you both, "Right, I have never quite done something like this before. How are we feeling, friends?"
I'll be honest with you, Thalorg, I'm feeling pretty jazzed. I'm sad. Don't get me wrong, I'm very sad that your planet is blown up, but I have never been to space before. We're going on some kind of pirate salvage adventure. That place looks freaking huge. There could be crazy things to smash with my maul in there. I'm peaking.
I'm thinking I want to get vengeance for you and for what they've done to your planet.
Yeah, yeah, oh,
And
yeah.
I'm sure you're into that too, Owen. Yeah?
Yep.
And I'm also thinking I need a new sword. That's what I'm thinking.
Or, Ridge, laser gun,
Or a maul?
lightsaber.
We could all go mall. We could be the mall treatment.
No, you stay in your lane there, pal. I've got
You
the mall
mean-
thing sorted. I've got the mall situation under control. Thank you so
Are you
much.
sure? Because Brindle is in my head right now saying that we should do this. She's all for the mall.
Brindle could shut the fuck up, quite frankly. We're fine with the malls. We got malls. We got malls for days.
I've got the bow, so I need something up close. So laser gun doesn't do it for me. Sword, yep.
Be pretty cool, though, wouldn't it?
Laser
How are you
sword?
feeling, Thalorg? I think the most important question here, Reg, is how is Thalorg going? How are you doing, buddy?
I have many conflicted emotions. I will not grieve for this world yet. I do not know officially if it is where my people are from. It is a ghastly thing to have such vessels doing such destructive work. My only hope, as he looks at you, Ridge, knowing what you know, do these ships make mistakes? Or do you really think this Argentia was infested by some kind of evil thing?
I firmly believe now that they do make mistakes and that they may well have destroyed your world based on their own agenda, not about true evil or demons. I don't trust them at all. And I think we need to get on that ship and get to the bottom of it and probably take vengeance.
All right. Vengeance I can do. And I have
What we know about vengeance is it's always super fulfilling and goes really good, and everyone feels great at the end of it.
Yes, I've never heard a bad thing.
No.
All right. You make your way to disembark at the airlock. Standing with you is Dukebone, Alistair, and Grisvit Susk, the space wizard. There is a emanation of red light. An alarm blares. The doors behind you seal shut with a hiss. You are then engulfed in a cold vapor. Then, slowly, the outer doors open. As they do, Alistair swivels his head 180 degrees and looks at you. I will be first to embark for a moment to test the atmosphere and gravity levels. Give me a moment. And he makes his way through the gap into the dark. It does not take long for him to return. There is an artificial gravity, but at this point in time, there is no atmosphere within the harborage, so keep your discs attached.
Is the gravity like the same as now, or do we get to do cool jumps?
Dukebone grunts with approval and just says, "Man, there's nothing like a zero gravity fist fight. I tell you that. If you have never experienced anything, it is breaking someone's nose with zero G. The blood.
Yeah, I do a lot. You
flies.
don't know this. You don't know this about me, but I'm quite famous for some pretty rad Beyblade type maneuvers. But I've always felt held down by gravity and the floor. So if I could do it like with no gravity,
If there's an option, we'll take it." He turns to the thinking engine. "So everything's looking green, Alistair?" Alistair nods. It's like, "All right." Then you see as Dukebone takes in his hands this large-looking, geometrically designed, super 90s looking mechanized autocannon. And he cocks it. "Let's get rich." And he leads the way. You pass for a moment through darkness, but up ahead you see a slight blinking artificial red light. A large space opens up. You find yourselves in the harborage. It is a cavernous dock lit by dying lumen strips, each buzzing and flickering. Shadows swallow the corners. Near the center, you see a single, sleek obsidian lander resting on a cradle. From here, you can see one engine looks savaged by a vast claw rent. Overhead, you see a large sign denoting where you are, harborage. The sign is flickering strangely, and you can see that one of the letters is missing. "All right," says Dukebone. "Fan out. Look around. See anything
Looks
fancy?"
like I can see from that close claw marks over there. I think intentionally or unintentionally there is beings of chaos aboard this ship. Demons. So not only do we probably have demon stalkers about, we have at least one what looks like fairly powerful demon as well. So I don't know how safe you are. Owen and I, we're used to this kind of thing. I don't know how
Second
safe
nature.
you are going to be.
killing demons for breakfast.
In saying that, I'll get you both, if you want to make a scan, make an awareness, so roll under your skill for me, please.
Yeah, nah.
Equaled.
Aside from the ship, you can see that there is what looks to be like a technician's bay. There's also what looks to be like a small wheeled vehicle that seems to be used to move between the ship and the mechanical bay. There's also a gantry with a small mechanized crane. You can also see that there is another circular metallic door with a sign that reads Atrium. That sign is also flickering. You notice with your roll, Ridge, that the word harborage is missing its U, as well as an R, and the sign to the atrium is also missing a U. It seems to be this strange fluctuation in the digital lettering, but it seems strangely consistent.
Owen wants to go over to the buggy and see if he can get it going.
Okay.
Maybe using his hog riding skill.
Yeah, absolutely. You see as Dukebone is kind of fanning out, he's lifted up like this green scanning module on his massive fuck-off gun, and he is just slowly scanning. You see as Alistair's eyes have descended outwards like little binoculars, and they're beginning to move and twist and buzz and hum as he seems to be scanning. And you can see that the squid-toyed space wizard holding that blue orb in his hands floats around the space. Not quite fully in the room, just a little bit inside from the opening. Getting up to the buggy. Oh, sorry, Rich.
The digital text that you're talking about that looks a bit funky, is it standard language? Is it anything, can we all read it?
It's in a standard language. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that Ridge, about the pattern that Ridge could identify from her history?
If you want to make a history check, you are more than welcome to, yeah.
Yeah, I think
has anyone in your life ever
drawn
called you Habbo Ridge before? Is that your cool nickname that I didn't know?
No.
Oh.
It's a fail. Just forget I said anything. She failed.
Yeah, it's unusual, but you don't have a specific connection. Oh, and you get to the buggy. It looks fairly rudimentary. Looking at it, it's got a backwards, forwards. There's a small steering wheel. There's about 6 little wheels. It looks like it can be attached to a small trailer unit that can then be connected. It's got this kind of built-in, what's it called, modularity to it. There is a sense, though, that as you look it over, that this thing has not moved. There is a slight corrosion, and as you begin like fiddling with it, there's a sense that this has not moved from its spot for a while.
Right, okay.
But I'll get you to make a hog riding check.
Yeah, cool. Rolling under my hog riding skill. I equaled it.
Okay. You think that if you messed with this for like half an hour, then you could probably get it going.
Sweet. Do we have such time? No, probably not.
It's up to you. I mean, at the moment,
until someone says we're moving on, stop that. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to hook up the trailer. I'm going to push all the buttons. I'm going to try and get it moving. I feel like this would be great. And I say to the scaly one, what's his name? Sissy Spacek?
Dukebone.
Dukebone. I say, this could be good for hauling all your riches out, right? We could fit many a treasure in this trailer, eh?
He turns to you and he goes, "Hey, that's not a bad little buggy. Yeah, good spotting there. Sorry, I forgot your name."
That's not important. And I just go back to working on the buggy.
All right. Hey, Alistair, what's his name is trying to tinker with this little doodad. Do you want to give him a hand? Alistair turns and says, "Yes, of course. I'm always glad to help." And he makes his way over to you, goes,
"All right,
hello.
Just stand back, Alistair. You don't know this about me, but I've got a pretty mean robot unicorn motorbike back on Troika, so I know about machines." Okay. I was going to learn how to fly the Star Razor, but I just couldn't be bothered, so I didn't bother learning how to do that. But I could have if I wanted to. And I pretty much know a lot about being a mechanic. So you see this button is the traversonometer, and that one there is the back capacitor. So I'm just going to push those together with both fingers and hold it down for 20 seconds, and that should be a factory reset.
How much of this is Owen bullshitting or Owen knowing his shit?
But it's 100% bullshitting.
Cool. As you say this, Grisvit Susk, the squid-toed space wizard, kind of hovering nearby, and he's looking down at his orb, and then he looks at you, and he kind of shakes his head a little bit.
I don't care what he thinks of me.
Fibs.
All right, I have an opinion.
Very well. If you don't need help, I will examine the landing.
No. I didn't say I don't need any help. You can do what you want to do. Everyone can have a turn.
They're not technical terms that I recognize, but I suppose you are from a different world. So let me get under the chassis. And you see as his legs like contract, it goes, and then he bends over, and then his several other little arms like come out of his torso, and then he just crab walks underneath the buggy.
Cool.
Make
Let me know if you
another
need any help.
Make another hog riding check with advantage for me, please.
Under.
Cool. All right. We will get to that roll shortly. Ridge, is there anything else you wish to do in here?
Ridge is just itching to go. She would like to search the ship for maybe their crew quarters, or maybe like a training room or an archive, just basically anything for her own selfish reasons. She's looking for stuff that has Conclave data or artifacts. But she also, in the back of her mind, like the main mission is, of course, to look for any of the same, data or artifacts relating to Argentia. So maybe while Owen's doing this, she might grab Thalorg and say, while Owen gets that going, do you want to go ahead and have a little peek around?
Yeah, no problem at all. Of course, if you're keen to do that, we'll go to this atrium.
Atrium, yeah, sure. Hey, Owen, Thalorg and I are just going to head off to the atrium. We won't be far. Catch up with us?
Yeah, I'll bring the buggy over in a minute.
Dukebone looks up from looking into the kind of green telescope of his gun, and he says,
You two splitting the party?
Yeah, we won't go too far. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. And he looks back down.
All right. Sophia Ridge takes Thalorg by the arm and pulls him along towards the atrium.
Okay. As you make your way to the atrium, you can see that the space wizard has made his way up to the small obsidian landing craft, which you, Ridge, would recognize as usually it is a landing craft used by landing parties or even an inquisitor doing an appraisal of a world. As you make your way to the atrium and you can see these massive sealed doors, you hear the wizard in this strange voice just says,
It looks like the damage was sustained quite a long time ago. This ship has been sitting here for a while, which is some kind of large beast. But there's no biological signatures left to analyze.
Getting to the door, everything here has a aesthetic of like a Gothic cathedral. Everything has been molded like pillars of stone and buttresses. Everything is filigree and spikes and grey, black opulence. The door looks like a large church door. Looming at its pinnacle is a grotesque-looking statuette of a creature. Bat-like wings, a horned visage, a tongue sticking out of its stone mouth. Its stone, dead eyes seem to be peering down at you as you stand at the doorway.
Are you saying this is a statue of what looks like a demon?
Looks like a demon.
In a conclave vessel. Interesting. She takes note of that. Anything? What else is in the atrium? Is there anything worth us investigating? Can we see artifacts, computer systems, books?
Currently, you are standing on the door that will lead to the atrium. The door is closed.
What's stopping us going through it? Is it locked or
it looks sealed, like it's been closed, and you can see that there is on the side of the door what looks to be a small pin pad of some kind that will certainly open the door. You can see that at the top of the pin pad there is a slot where Ridge, a silver sword would go.
She, just to try something random, she's going to take her retrievable silver arrow and try and shove it in there.
Ooh, okay.
Given that's kind of...
I'm going to call this I'm going to call this a luck roll. So this is going to have to be, this is a luck roll.
Okay, my luck's not so good anymore since old Sabrice sacrificed herself, but let's go.
Yes, true.
That's a fail.
Okay. It fits into a point, but because the arrowhead flares out and it's not as slender as your Demon Stalker blades, it doesn't quite fit. And as you kind of begin pushing it, you feel like forcing it may not be a good idea.
With that in mind, Ridge is going to say, well, I don't have my sword anymore, Thalorg, and there's a door in our way. You're quite good at getting big and punching things. Any way you could just smash this door down so we can get through?
Okay, let me have a look.
He looks at the door, which at his current height, the door is about probably twice as big as him.
That's a
And
big
he looks
door.
at it.
He says, this looks reinforced.
You can do it.
Right.
You're a big boy.
He takes out his large blue hands and he begins to stretch them. He cricks his neck and then he just focuses. And you see as veins begin to kind of burst and his muscles begin to get a little larger, gets a little bigger. His face scrunches and he begins to focus. And then his hands find the seam where the two halves of this door meet. And as his fingers push, they make indentations in the middle.
These doors are very difficult, but hold on.
And then you hear this creaking, grating noise, and then the doors. And then Thalorg just says,
All right, could you find something to maybe put at the bottom to keep these open? Something quite dense would be good.
She's looking around. Anything in the vicinity which would work?
make an awareness check.
Oh, my goodness. It's the first roll I've succeeded today.
Okay, you see, like, lying on what looks to be a makeshift metal table is this very thick-looking spanner. It is thick, it is reinforced, it looks strong.
Okay, she sees that and immediately walks over in motion. Her body bulks up and she turns into Duggan. He's the kind of muscly guy who I was quite like, oh, who's this guy? Like in season 1. I can't remember how he spoke. How did he speak?
Hello.
I think it was like just a little bit, just like your normal voice, just a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duggan's like, I got this. And he just grabs the spanner, picks it up and just slides it over to the bottom of the door, like, whoosh, and puts it in the way. There we go, Thalorg.
All
That
right,
should do
as
the trick.
It slides in. Thalorg, let's go. You see the doors. The large spanner just like bends ever so slightly. And there's this moment where both you and Thalorg are looking. And then the doors. And then they hold.
Yay.
That was great, Thalorg. You are extremely strong. Don't tell Owen I said this, but I think you might even be stronger than him.
Thalorg turns to you and he says,
You are going to die in here, Ridge, you and all your friends.
Is that a joke?
What?
What did you say to me?
Said thank you. It was really hard. The doors were hard, so but thank you.
He walks up and he grabs him by the shoulders and said, what did you say to me?
Thalorg looks at you and he looks at the way you're staring at him and he says,
I said thank you. What are you doing? Is this some kind of scaring contest?
You said I'm going to die in here and all my friends will die as well. Something possessed you for a second, Thalorg.
I don't remember feeling possessed. I feel pretty normal. I remember going, hey, thank you, doors were pretty hard, and then you do this weird thing to me. So I don't know, man. It seems like maybe you are the one that is possessed.
I'm pretty weird, and there's lots of people inside me, but I am not possessed. All right? Not yet, anyway. I'll let you know if I am.
I might be
You're the most possessed thing that there ever was.
I might be possessed, but I'm definitely not possessed.
I might have a night pig inside me still, among the other beings.
I
think-
might be filled with a whole village of people, but I am
Oh.
not possessed.
Duggan turns to the atrium that they've just gone into, and I don't know what it looks like yet, and just calls out, "Coward, come out and face me. Don't speak through my friends, you arsehole."
Arsehole.
Yes.
You can see
And now?
complete and utter darkness. There is no light within this chamber, but there is a cold air that rushes through.
Oh, okay. Thalorg looks at you and goes, "Hey, are we cool?"
We're cool. I just want you to know some weird shit's going on down here, and it's going to get weirder, and I think we should probably wait for Owen before we go any further.
Okay. All right. Cool. You know me. Easy breezy.
Owen,
Yes.
with the help of Alistair, it takes you about 10 minutes, which is roughly the time that has taken Ridge and Thalorg to fiddle with the door. The connection filament comes together. There is a spark, and the engine block roars and begins to hum. And there's a slight vibration, and Alistair slides out, and he goes, that did it. Good job.
Oh, no, good job, you, mate. Like, I didn't want to. I was trying to be the big man before. Honestly, I don't know anything about machines at all. I was just talking a big game. I've never fixed a machine in my life. I don't know one end of a spanner from the other, so I really couldn't have done it without you, mate. Good job. This is all you. 10 points to you, sir.
He puts a slender porcelain hand on your shoulder, and he says, "We are a team."
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is, man. I think it's that big lizard fella. He's something about his energy. I'm just like, better put on a show. Every time I say something, he's, yeah, guns are blazing. And I'm like, oh, God, I don't know. I don't feel like myself today. But yeah.
He nods and he cocks his head and he says, that would be the pheromone that he excretes.
Well, damn, have you got a goblin disc for that? Jesus.
No, it just tends to affect biologicals.
Well, I can't help that. All right. Let me drive this little buggy. Beep, beep.
All right, you hop in. I think it's just slightly too small.
Yeah, most things are when you're this ripped.
And you're able to beep, beep, move it around as it kind of snakes and
fun.
meanders through the docking bay.
I'm having a good time in this one.
You see as Duke Bone points to you and goes,
Hey, you got it working. Good job. That's going to be useful.
Yeah, it was all Alistair, really.
Alistair just gives a salute and just says, "We are a team."
Meanwhile, in the distance, Ridge has got, Ridge has got his finger against his head, and he's sending a psychic message to Owen. "Owen, we need you. Great danger lies before us."
Somewhere far away, Kennick is sitting at the controls. He's reading a control manual, and he gets another tension headache. He's like, where are these coming from?
Owen drives his cart round in circles and then decides to head towards the atrium where the only two people he actually knows are.
I think you can see, you've got you seem a little disconcerted, right, Ridge?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't think Ridge knows exactly what's coming, but he is now convinced that there is beings that wish them harm on this ship of great power.
Owen drives up and is like, "Hey, Rich, you look a bit on edge, mate. Everything all right? Good work on the doors, Thalorg."
Oh, yeah.
How do you know
Thank you.
me? How do you know it wasn't me that opened it?
Yeah, all right, mate.
Have you seen me? He's like, flexing.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Good flex there. Yeah. But I can see the handprints, though, in the metal, so this is
All right.
100% Thalorg action.
It was. I did the
Yeah.
span.
You know, good job. I like this body.
Ridge did do the spanner. He did do that.
Oh, well, then, you played your part, mate. Good job. Why are you looking like you're about to fight somebody?
The thing is, and Thalorg can't remember this, something spoke through his mouth and said that I was going to die and all of my friends would die on this ship.
Oh. Well, it's just me.
Now, I don't know exactly what's going on, but something possessed him for a moment. And
It's demons, mate. Demons. It was demons. Someone said demons on the recording. Oh, this has got demon written all over it. Have you tried? What about, should I smash this gargoyle guy up here? I could smash him.
I
I
mean,
mean, if you want to.
yeah, go for
I
it.
do want to. I've never even swung this maul before. The new
Go for
maul
gold.
I got, the Red Kurgan's maul. I could break it in by smashing this gargoyle.
I double dare you to do it.
I triple dare me to do it.
Then do it.
I'm already doing it.
Does the demon statue have a sword, like a stone sword in its hand?
No, it's just this little imp gargoyle that's like clutching on to the door frame.
Okay.
Don't get too attached to it, Ridge. It's going to be sand in a second.
Roll under your skill.
Shockingly, I did.
It smashes into pieces. It just is nothing.
There we go. Dusts my hand off. Job done. Demon vanquished.
Maybe that
Okay.
was the demon. Maybe the demon was in the statue and now it's destroyed.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Thalorg. We did it.
Good job, team.
Yeah.
We did it.
The others join you. You see as Duke Bone goes,
Oh, yeah, you opened the door. Good job. Well done. So, old Grivets here, he looked at the landing craft. Looks like there's some heavy damage that's been done. Like you are, demon, knowing. What's your name again? Sorry, I'm bad with names.
Ridge.
Rich.
Just call me
Right.
Ridge.
Okay. Hey, you look really different.
Yes, I do that. I change. There are several beings inside me, but we are
Don't
all
worry about it. He's fine.
Hey, been there, brother. All right. Yeah. So, what? I mean, looking at those claws. What do you reckon? What kind of demon in your demon alphabet?
I reckon that's a Balrog. By the looks of those claws, big, meaty, muscly, two-legged wings, massive claws, very intelligent.
All right. Well. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know my demons from my I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Geese.
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 Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my demons from my geesons. I'll take your word for it. But it looks like a big motherfucker. Anyway, it's seems to be roughly a decade or so old, which is how old that transcript was that got sent to old Yidril. So guess it checks out.
I just want to warn you, I'm hundreds of years old. Demon stalkers live indefinitely. Demons live indefinitely. Just because this has been here for a decade doesn't mean there's nothing living here. I am 100% certain something is living on this ship. And
I
it
like
means up.
how intense and passionate you are. That's good.
Well,
It's the
I like
pheromone bridge.
I like the way you smell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Makes them feel inadequate. All right.
And who doesn't love that?
Inadequacy by Calvin Klein.
It looks a bit dark in there. Hey, Grisvet, can you put up an orb?
You see as the tentacled space wizard glides up the ramp, looks into the darkness and says, yes. Strange words emanate out of their betentacled mouth, and an orb, like a little translucent bubble, appears and shines very brightly, illuminating the interior of the atrium. It is a large, decorative space, but silent. You can see massive devotional banners are frozen in the stale air. Dust drifts like pale ash around broken benches and snapped hollow totems. The grand archway sputters with a slight electrical buzz. Everything here feels expectant, like the intake of breath. At the heart of the atrium, illuminated by this magical orb, you can see there is a glass dome made of translucent, multicolored glass panes, depicting figures robed in black, holding swords of flaming white against a horde of multicolored horrors. Claws, tentacles, talons reaching out towards these warriors of holy fire. Beneath it, there is a large information hub. At the center of it is a grand statue of a robed figure, hands in prayer, the stone face hidden underneath the carven cowl. Around it are multiple screens, but they seem dead and black. You also can see that there are multiple doors that lead out of the atrium, each with the same glitching digital words.
Boo! Hoo! Oh, big room, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of all this.
You're the demon guy, right? What?
I've never
what?
been on one of these ships, to be honest. They keep us pretty separated. It's a bit like, you only need to know bases. You need to know what you need to do to your mission. I wasn't invited into what else is going on.
Oh, right, I see. Not in the old boys club. I get you. Alistair?
The thinking machine pauses for a moment. You hear this clicking sound from inside of their workings, and he says, well, over there at the center is some kind of communication hub or some kind of perhaps map of the rest of the space. I can see if I can get it operational. Dukebone nods, and Alistair makes his way into the interior towards the main info hub at the center of the atrium. Do you follow or do you stay at the door?
Follow.
Okay.
We follow, and as we're walking towards the Alistair, Ridge says to Owen, you will die in this place. Everyone will die.
Well, that's a thing to say, isn't it? Oh, jeez, I'm used to you being a little bit more upbeat than this. Is this the body doing the talking here, mate? You're a bit of a sad sack.
What are you talking about?
You die in here, everyone's going to die. If I can bring it on, mate.
Yeah, that's what Thalorg said. Yeah, I know, I told you.
No. That's what you said.
No.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah. Okay. You were possessed, but
Oh, no.
wouldn't have thought there was room in that cabeza for anybody else, but there you go.
By the way, is that okay, Tom?
That's wonderful.
Okay.
That's fantastic. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Owen's eyes go white, and he looks down at you and says, you will make me a corned beef sandwich.
I mean, I don't think you're possessed, but I will make you a sandwich because you're my best friend.
Oh, thanks. But Owen is not perturbed by this. He's seen crazier stuff than this. So he's just keeping his head on a swivel, and he's following the porcelain android.
Yeah. Thalorg does chime in and he goes, oh, by the way, can I just say something as like a third party?
Sure. You're in equal stakes in this, mate.
Okay. Ridge didn't say anything.
What?
Like, you just turned to Ridge and said all what you said. And I was like,
Oh.
that's weird. But Ridge has just been like looking ominously and stoically into this space.
Okay, cool. So Ridge heard you say something like that, but no one else was there. And I just heard Ridge say something like that, but you were there and he didn't say anything, but I heard it.
So you're possessed and I'm possessed, but Thalorg's not possessed. It's in our heads.
Or the ghost of the gargoyle I smashed whispered it in my ear, and I just thought it was you.
Oh, what if we released it? No, that doesn't make sense.
No, that already happened. Okay, so next time anyone says we're all dead, everyone's dying, death and destruction, raise your hand, and we'll let you know if anyone actually said anything. But we stay as a 3.
I don't like this very much, Owen. Our whole strength is that when danger's here, we smash it, but we don't even know our own minds, potentially.
I don't think it's in our minds. I think it's just whispering to us. I think it's external, and we'll smash it when we see it.
It's got to come out eventually.
That's what I'm saying. So next time one of us says, oh, look out, you're dead as a doornail, you just raise your hand and we'll say, who said it? And the other one can say, they didn't say anything, and we'll be sweet as.
Okay.
There are bodies here,
What kind?
dead ones.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say hot ones.
One day.
Ridge scampers over to the bodies.
There's never hot ones. It's always dead ones.
You see that there are 2 individuals. One is clearly dressed in the garb of a demon stalker. The other looks to be what you would know, Ridge, as a repentant, which are individuals who have been possessed, exorcised, and then because they owe a significant amount to the Conclave for the exorcism, have become repentants and are essentially indentured servants. Both are lying near the hub within the recesses underneath of it, within the shadow. Both look like they have been dead for some time, from what you can see, without investigating.
Ridge, as he goes over to the bodies and maybe starts investigating them, he speaks to the group and explains what he's seeing. Exactly what you just said. And as he's going through the bodies, he wants to check the pockets. He wants to check for weapons, for a sword potentially. And if there's anything on the bodies, they might have clues or anything about who they are or anything else.
Okay. Do you start with the stalker or with the repentant?
The stalker.
Okay. You slowly move underneath and you slowly move the body out and begin to turn it over so that it's facing you. The first thing that you notice is that it looks as if the eyes of the stalker have been gouged out.
Yeah.
Its body is rigid and the skin is desiccated and mummified. You look at its hands and you can see what looks to be the last remnants of perhaps flesh within its fingers, as if this individual gouged out their own eyes.
Oh my goodness.
You can see around their neck is the amulet or symbol that many of your kind wear. Usually they are inscribed with protective runes to ward off against demonic entities. This one looks like the metal has boiled inside a crucible and then frozen. So it is malformed, and you can see like frozen metallic bubbles on this malformed amulet. You can see where the robes of the demon stalker have burned away where this amulet boiled, burning through the fabric. And then you can see these significant areas of burnt flesh. One thing that is abundantly clear is that there is no silver sword.
Cool. I think as he's going through this, his body shrinks back into Sophia, and Sophia turns to Thalorg and Owen and says, this was not just a person. A whole village died with this being. A whole village of people. Yeah, demon stalker like me. This is a great loss. And this collective probably didn't even know what I know now about how they were tricked. Memories taken away.
Oh, no. What about the other guy?
She checks out the repentant.
As you go to grab the repentant, you grab the lower half to pull the rest of the body out, and the lower half detaches from the torso.
Yum.
As it does so, these long, slick tendrils that at first appear to be intestines spool out. But, Ridge, they are impossibly long, and they are wet and slick and fresh. The body then quivers, and breath enters the lungs of this creature. And you see as the torso begins to twitch and the arms begin to distend and the fingers turn into long reddish claws. It begins to turn its body as the bones and sinews creak and break, as the head turns around 360 degrees and then sets its eyes, also gouged and black, towards you. Its mouth distends. The torso begins to float up as it points and says, "False witness."
Enjoying Tales from the Humpback Sky? Rate, review, and follow wherever you get your podcasts from. It helps more than you think. Thanks for listening.